right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutations, blessings to the Lord's elect out there. All right, this is Brother Yeshaya, part of Men of Valor, South Carolina. And this quick video is going to be about this video that I stumbled across. Something is seriously wrong with American food. I'm gonna get right into the video and bring out some precepts. But you know, fair use, fair use, fair use. As you can see on the screen, there's already a disclosure. Okay, so clips, images, and media that appear in content are used under fair use guidelines to support commentary, criticism, education, and reporting. If you are a copyright holder and have concerns about material used, please reach out so the matter can be addressed quickly. This channel does not provide expert advice. Nothing here should be considered financial, medical, legal, or professional guidance or health. Please view responsibly. So without further ado, here's the video.
Is it just me, or is food not fooding right now? Like, I've been a chef for nearly 30 years. I went and bought some inexpensive $10 a pound 80/20 Black Angus to make burgers on the grill today. While it's cooking, the smell hit my nose, and I said, this don't smell right. I pull it apart, I look at it, I get it done, and then I realize it's like Play-Doh. See, ground beef, when it comes out of the extruder, it has strings, and you can see them in the ground beef. This was more like putty, almost like silly putty, like that slime that you see that they make burgers, like frozen burger patties with. This ain't beef. You can fool me all you want. This ain't frickin' beef. What are we eating, folks? What the hell are we eating?
If you're living in America, you have to tell me if this makes any sense. The food, what is going on? Like, it does not taste like food. Like, something's off. Please tell me I'm not the only one.
I grew up in Switzerland, and no one believes me when I say the American food system is rigged. I used to eat pasta, pizza, everything, and live the most sedentary life in boarding school ever. And I was skinny and fit, and I looked great. Okay, then I moved to America, become so active. I became a runner. I started eating like gluten-free. Like, I literally counted my calories and I gained 30 pounds. It is not the European lifestyle, it is the food itself. Food in Europe is just nutritious. Like, you'll eat pizza and it's actually nutritious for you because of the grains. But then you come here to America and you have flour and it's just literally bleach. You're eating bleach.
Today's video is one of those topics that sounds a little crazy at first until you actually start paying attention. Because people all over the country are starting to ask.
Did y'all see that? Hold on.
Bleach.
Today's video is one of those topics that sounds a little crazy at first until you actually start paying attention. Because people.
You see that? Eating defiled foods. Y'all start using the verbiage that, you know, comes out of the scriptures. Scriptures say we should eat our food defiled amongst the heathen. So I'm going to start with that. I think that's enough for this video. You know, fair use, fair use, fair use. And yeah, this is a good transition point. You know what I'm saying? To go into the scriptures. So without further ado, let's start out with that one. Okay. And this ties in perfectly because at first it talks about the defiled bread, but then it goes into a lack of bread because that's what it's going to. Okay. Basically, their whole plan, the high level leaders' plan, is to turn your food into a weapon, which is already being weaponized, but a weapon to basically a cattle squeeze to where you're put up against a rock in a hard place and you have to either choose their micro C hip or don't eat. And that's where it's getting to. So without further ado, this is Ezekiel 4 and verse, let's start at 13. And the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I shall drive them. And look, eating defiled foods. All right. All right. So, you know, we're eating wherever we are, especially in Babylon the Great, the food is defiled. Now, the brothers in the UK, brothers all over, you know, in the islands, they're eating somewhat better food. But for the most part, everything is defiled because even if it's a totally organic, it's being prayed over by some type of entity. OK, so it's defiled even if it's nutritionally dense. Yeah. All right. Then said I, Lord Yahweh, Behold, my soul have not been polluted, for my youth up, even till now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces. Neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Kind of sound like what Peter said when he had that vision of the four corners of heaven knit. All right. So it kind of sounds like, what Peter said. Verse 15. Then he said unto me, Lo, I have given thee cow's dung for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment, that they may want bread and water and be stoned one with another and consume away for their iniquity. So this is talking about, at the end, the Lord said he will use famine, okay, as a part of punishment. And then Jerusalem, we are a people before a place. So wherever the bulk of the Israelites are, that's Jerusalem, okay, wherever Jerusalem is at, okay, where Israel is at, all right. So right now, Babylon the Great can be likened to, the people in it as Jerusalem, even though Jerusalem is so-called in the east, right? So what I was going to, Jeremiah 15, all right. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind cannot be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. It shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So the famine is one part of those deaths. Okay, the specific four deaths that the Lord has the four angels holding back. All right, so let's go to the apocrypha with it. Second Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22. All right, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Now, me and the brother was talking about this, and he brought up a good point. Basically, they're not gonna really be out of food. Okay, they want to make it look like they are out of food, right? They want to make it look like as though they don't have food, so they can leverage it. All right, but best believe, man, it's an abundance of so-called food, man. All right, these people that, the high level elitists and the upper class, they got to eat, right? So, but they're also trying to, fill it in or with the lab grown stuff and the eat Z bugs, and that's coming too. But it's all used as it's all gonna be used as leverage, all right, to lead you to take that MOTB. All right, second Ezra 15 and verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So there is going to be a famine of sorts, but it's going to be a basically a pseudo famine. Okay. But at the same time, food is really dwindling down, but the food that we have available, for the most part in bulk is not good anyway. Okay. It's basically G to the M to the O's, right? So, Revelation 6 and 6, and it reads, and I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts saying, say, a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and thou shalt not hurt the oil and wine. So that penny goes into the word denarius, okay, and that's basically a day's pay, okay. It's basically a day's pay. So, a loaf of bread is gonna cost you your whole paycheck. All right. And if food is going to really skyrocket in this in the times to come, man. All right. For a penny. You see denarion containing 10. So that's what the Romans used to get paid in denarius. All right. But a day's wage. Okay. It would seem that a denarius was then the ordinary pay for a day's wages. So there you go. All right, that's how much food is finna skyrocket. All right, and these people gonna be left in pitiful case and astounded, perplexity with waves roaring. Luke 21:11, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences, and fearful sights and great signs there shall be from heaven. So famine, there is a coming famine. Okay, engineered. It's actually engineered, but nonetheless still a famine, right? The book of Psalms, chapter 107 and verse 34. And it reads, a fruitful land into Salakia, verse 33. Psalms 107 and 33. He turneth rivers into a wilderness, and the water springs into dry ground. A fruitful land into barrenness for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. Okay. He turneth the wilderness into a standing water, and dry ground into water springs, and there he maketh the hungry to dwell, and that he may prepare a city for habitation. But basically, the Lord is to make a fruitful land to barrenness. All right. And he's going to do that. Okay. In these times to come. Right. Especially these days, these evil days that are appearing. I mean, that are, approaching. So yeah, hey, we're gonna eat it that day, man. We don't have anything to worry about in that day, man. Okay, and I'm gonna end it with that Isaiah 65. Okay, this is just for the believers, man. Okay, you gotta wholeheartedly believe this. Isaiah 65 and 13, therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. So even though we do prophesy about these coming famines and everything, we wholeheartedly believe that if we are part of the elect, and if we do what we got to do, which is part of fulfilling the duties of the elect, giving all to make thy calling to election sure, then the Lord has us in our families. All right. So that's our faith. So Lord willing, I was edifying and uplifting to the elect, giving our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Hakodash, double honors due to the apostles, bishops, elders, a great millstone, peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Shalom.